Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that you guys are having an amazing weekend and that it has been wonderful and awesome for you. And tonight I want to talk to you about scaling and marketing, scaling with marketing and all of those fun things with your business. I'm Haley Gray. I'm the owner of Fiercely Marketing, which is a boutique digital marketing agency, and I'm the founder of the Women's Entrepreneur Network, which is an amazing Facebook group. I highly encourage you to come and join us. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button so that you get amazing video content delivered and you get notified whenever we deliver and drop new videos, which is almost daily. So if you're on the live, give me a hashtag live. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you're out there. I would love to hear from you guys. We're talking about scaling tonight. So scaling is one of the holy grails in a lot of businesses. Going from the point of being a solopreneur to having employees is amazing. And one of the things that it's important to do is understand that effective, comprehensive marketing actually goes and intertwines throughout the entire customer life cycle. And if you don't have effective plans in place, if you don't know exactly what kind of strategies you're going to employ for people throughout the entire customer life cycle, you're going to be losing clients, you're going to be losing money, you're going to be losing business. So what am I talking about? So imagine that you are a hairdresser and you get a new client in and you do their hair and they go off and you forget to schedule that next appointment. So that's already one strike against you, because obviously when they were in the salon, you should have gotten them booked for the next appointment. But, we understand that things happen. So what are you doing to stay in touch with those clients when they're not sitting in your chair? What are you doing to bring them back? What are you doing to sell them more services, right? Because you already spent a ton of time, effort, energy, and money to get that person into the chair in the first place. So that's one of the main places that I see a ton of marketing failure happening, because we don't have a system or a process in place that allows us to follow up with people. That's where having a really good marketing system, where having a really good CRM system is going to enable you to get more clients and keep more clients. Another example is this, and I see it a ton in my peers in digital marketing. So here's the thing. Somebody will ask me, well, Haley, how much does it cost for me to do a website? Depending on how busy I am, it may take me a few days to a week to get somebody a quote. So I have to remember to follow up with them after I have sent that quote out, and follow up and follow up and follow up. And there have been times with clients where maybe they went with another website person. The website didn't get completely finished. They came back to me over a year later to finish the website. But that was because I kept following up and following up and following up. But it's important to have a system and a process in place that allows you to keep following up with people, that allows you to have a process in place that encourages you to follow up with people throughout the entire life cycle of a client. Until they tell you to go away or jump off a bridge, you need to keep following up with the client. When I was doing senior placement, and we were also doing senior home care, so private non-medical, private duty home care, we would actually follow up with people until, I kid you not, they either told us to go away or we found out that the client was dead. And I know that that sounds really macabre, but when you're dealing in the senior care industry, obviously you're not going to be trying to place them after they're dead. So that was one of the things, and one of the biggest lessons that I brought with me into my current business is that it is important to have a follow-up process defined and in place, that you are following up with people throughout the entire process. Another example, I go to networking meetings. I meet people. I go into the amazing 100 Coffees group with Angela Gardner. It is an amazing Facebook group. I meet people. I have coffee meetings. And I can tell you, dollars to donuts, I meet tons of people. I forget I've ever even talked to them. So this is an important thing, where having a CRM in place where you can actually write down what you talked about, who you talked to, when you talked to them, and then have a follow-up plan in place to follow up with people periodically to see how they're doing. It could be something as simple as having a message pop up to remind you to send them a message to say, hey, how are things going with you in your life and in your business? Why do I care about that? Well, because I want to be top of mind the next time that they hear about somebody who has a broken website, because I want to be that person that they think about when they have a friend whose website is broken, or when they have a friend who has ads that are half done. So it's important that you have processes in place and you understand what your process is in place and what your touch points are for clients. I recently talked to several of my clients about, okay, so I see that you have this entire list of amazing clients. How and when do you want to be reaching out to them? Are we doing newsletters? Are we customizing things? Are we sending people cards? Are we sending people thank you gifts? What does that look like? Do we send people balloons on their birthday? What does the thank you process look like for clients? And then what are you doing to get clients back in the door, right? So it's important that you have processes in place in order to do this. And it sounds like really unsexy at times. The cool thing is that, I'll be honest with you, having really good processes and automation in place in your business allows you to scale much faster. It allows you to bring in a lot more money, and it allows you to reduce your costs dramatically early on in your business, so you're not losing leads, so you're not losing clients, so that you're not spending as much time chasing people around and trying to remember who the heck they are. And then you're able to get on with the doing of the job and not be losing stuff. I talked to somebody about a year ago who's a really good friend of mine, who was like, yeah, I was doing all these scans and I did this and I did that and I offered people these things. And I'm like, okay, so what did you do after you offered them this free scan? Oh, well, I completely dropped the ball on that. And y'all, that's a digital marketer who's doing that. And it's not unique to the digital marketing industry. We get so busy that we forget to write the automations that need to go with the rest of the business. It's a huge deal. So it's important to really take a step back and look at your business and say, okay, so how is this working for me? Am I losing clients? Am I losing people because I'm not bringing them back in the door again? Am I losing people? Where and how am I losing people in my system? And doing that analysis and figuring out where you're losing them, where the operations need to fix, where the marketing maybe needs to be fixed, and making sure that it scales appropriately for you, for your business, right? And Meg says, guilty of dropping the ball. Exactly, right? I'm guilty of dropping the ball too. It is hella hard to do this stuff and scale your business at the same time. And scaling is, where you get to that point where you're starting to be able to hire people. But guess what? You can't get to that point if you're not doing systems and processes in your business. In order to go from 0 to 3-figure months to 4-figure months to 5-figure months, you're going to need progressively more systems and processes in your business. And you're going to need to understand the functions of how things work. As you grow your business, 3 figures, 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures per month, you're going to need more and more foundational pieces. I'm going to give you a hint. It's going to actually help you accelerate your growth through that marketing piece much faster if you can retain people as they come in and keep them happy much sooner. If you can get them to keep coming back and spending more money with you, you're going to make a lot more money a lot faster in your business than if you come in, you treat somebody, you sell them one thing, one widget, and then they're back out the door again. The holy grail for most businesses is to set up recurring revenue streams. So somebody comes in and they become a customer for years and years and years and years. And why is that important? Because you're not having to go out and reacquire that client. So it's important when you have that client that part of what you're doing is your reporting process or your marketing process and your communication strategy to that client is vitally important, or you're going to have them come in, stay with you for a month and leave. Trust me, been there, done that, because communication is critical. Setting expectations is critical. Having ongoing dialogues with people is super duper important, or you're going to lose money and you're going to lose clients. And it's extremely stressful as your business starts hitting tipping points because you've got to have the staffing in place in order to enable you to do these things. You've got to have the expertise in place that allows you to do those things. And this is one of the reasons why I really encourage you guys to start thinking about, what does it look like? What does my marketing look like? If somebody goes out here, okay, what is their next step? And then what is their next step? And then what is their next step? Where am I losing people in the process? Where did I lose money in the process? Where do people drop off? Am I fast enough at responding? Am I delivering my product services on time? Or am I dropping the ball occasionally? Dropping the ball occasionally is death for small businesses, right? And it's part of dealing with being a small business owner is that ball dropping as you're growing the business. One of the biggest struggles that businesses have as they're growing is consistency of product and service and scaling so that you are consistently providing the same thing. One of the reasons that McDonald's is so successful is that they consistently deliver a Big Mac that is exactly the same no matter where you go. So if you go in New York City, that Big Mac is going to be almost exactly the same as it is in North Carolina as it is going to be in California. And in fact, McDonald's has an entire process in place for doing carbonated beverages. Did you know that they actually require their franchisees and their states, their company-owned stores to chill the syrup to a certain temperature and go through certain process so that you get the exact mouthfeel that you want every single time in that experience? That's part of doing things very, very effectively. The branding is always the same. You know exactly what you're going to get. And that's the holy grail for small business owners, is to deliver things consistently, but be unique and be different. And how does this affect your or tie into marketing? It's everywhere, right? Because your packaging has to be consistent, but you have to know exactly what you're going to get when you go to that McDonald's. You're going to have to know exactly what's on the menu. You're going to have to have that familiarity with them. One of the things that I think Chick-fil-A in particular does really well is that they have a tremendous app. And I think that it's actually a marketing opportunity that has been lost by McDonald's in particular, because Chick-fil-A has an app. Starbucks also has a phenomenal app. And Starbucks has really gotten their app correct, because what they've done is they've gamified the entire system. So anybody ever get their double Starbucks day? Double stars? Anybody ever get the little challenges on the Starbucks app to, you know, buy 3 days in a row or 5 days in a row or do things? That is part of their marketing effort. It gets you to keep coming back through the door. And that's one of the things that really, really is an amazing thing about the app. The Chick-fil-A app, you prepay You get stars, you get discounts, you get rewards, you get all kinds of things. McDonald's app is actually not as functional as the other two apps, so you're not getting the same rewards for coming back and shopping over and over and over again. It's an important distinction. And people go, well, marketing is just getting clients in the first place. Well, no, marketing is not just getting clients in the first place. It's getting those clients to keep coming back through the door, because that first time that you acquire a client is the most expensive time. It's that when you start getting them to come back through the door over and over and over again for the next 20 years, that's when you're really successful, because recurring revenue and clients that spend a ton of money and are huge fans of yours are the ones that are going to spend the most money with you. So I hope that this helps just a little bit. So what are some of the tools that I use to scale my business? Honestly, I use Ontraport for my CRM. I use Dubsado for my contracts. I use ClickUp to keep track of projects. And we tie things together using a program called Zapier. So if you're wondering what my entire business looks like, now you know. Seriously, it's about finding the software that works for you in your business. It's about finding a limited amount of software that works well for you in your business. Too many different pieces and parts of software is going to drive you nuts. But making sure that you're using the right things at the right times in the right places is going to help tremendously in your business. So I hope that that helps just a bit. If you've got any questions, make sure you type them into the chat here. If you're on my personal profile, I will go see if I can see any questions there. Scaling your marketing and having systems and processes in place for your marketing is going to allow you to take on a lot more customers. It's going to allow you to service more customers with fewer people. And that's where the magic happen. And Bethel Casey says, yes, putting effective process and systems in place. I'm working on incorporating because things are now getting somewhat overwhelming. Exciting though, but I don't want anything to fall through the cracks. Exactly, right? You get to that point where you get to I'm starting to make money. I'm starting to really make money. Oh my gosh, I'm really making a lot of money. And it's amazing, but it's also really kind of scary, because if you don't have those systems and processes in place in your business, you're not going to see, a great return going on with your business. You're going to be losing clients, and it's going to really, really suck. Losing clients after you've had them for a bit is painful, right? Because we build our budget around having particular clients, and then when they disappear, it's a problem. And Meg says, I need to iron out ClickUp. I need a babysitter to make sure things get done on time. Yeah, absolutely. ClickUp is a beautiful thing. Trello is another really good app. There's lots of good ones out there. You just have to figure out which ones you want to spend time and money on. So with that said, I'm going to do one of my Sunday night favorites, which is Love Your Inner Goddess, Oracle card pulls. So I'm going to pull out an Oracle card for you guys. I'm going to make a guess that Meg would like the 7th card. But I'm going to stir the cards up just a bit and see what we pull. I'm going to pull the 1st card and the 7th card and go from there. So people always ask me, do I only work with, businesses at a certain point? The answer is not really. I work with clients, I work with businesses who are sometimes startups, sometimes they're 7- and 8-figure businesses, and everywhere in between. And honestly, it's frequently a lot of the same problems. I outline a lot of the steps in my book, Fearless Marketing. It's available on Amazon. It is a huge resource. It's kind of like a checklist for what you need to be doing at different stages in your business as far as scaling goes. And Beth says, number 7, please. Patty says top. So we're going to go top, and then we're going to go 7. So this one is interesting. Okay, Patty. This one is for you, my friend. Rockstar. You may have a subconscious fear of being judged or becoming the target of jealousy that causes you to shy away from the limelight. You may mistakenly believe that being in the spotlight means you are supposed to be perfect or better than everyone else. There is a higher purpose in standing apart from the crowd and being seen. Choose to accept the opportunities that make you more visible to others, trusting that you will shine your truth and integrity to make it a positive and healing experience for yourself and for others too. That is for you. That's 2, 3, excuse me, 4, 5, 6. Interesting, Meg. Interesting card. I think it's very interesting. Excuse me. Here it is. Black diamond, darling. You have a powerful spiritual journey to take this lifetime. It is not always easy to take this path. However, you are a wisdom bearer. You are one of the precious ones who is not destroyed by dark experiences in life, but is rather able to find wisdom and empowerment through overcoming them. You've done it before, and you will do it again now. As your soul becomes powerful through the pressures she has survived, you'll be able to rise even greater challenges, but they will feel easier for you than before. You are unstoppable. You have every right to feel bold and joyful about what life holds for you next. That is so cool. You are a diamond, my friend. Hope that you guys have an awesome night. The amount of follow-ups is starting to get overwhelming. Yep, Patty, that's where having a good CRM in place is really going to help your business. And having a way to track those follow-ups, or having a system or a spreadsheet or something to track people, because it will quickly eat you alive. Yep, that is one of the biggest challenges in business, is following up. And it is one of the biggest impediments to a lot of small businesses growing the way that they want to grow, is not having a good follow-up system in place, but also not having a really good marketing automation system in place. So hope that helps. Hope you guys have a really great night. We will talk soon. Love you. Take care and have a really blessed, abundant week.